This tiny piece of latex costs less than 5 cents to manufacture in a factory, yet when you walk into a store, you pay up to $3, $5, or even $10 for a single pack. That is an astronomical profit margin of over 1,000%. But if the margins are this insane, why isn't there a dedicated condom shop on every single street corner? Why is this multi-billion-dollar industry one of the most secretive, gate-kept, and bizarre businesses on the entire planet? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the silent economy of the bedroom. We are breaking down the dirty economics of owning a condom shop, the psychological traps brands use to make you pay 10 times more, and the hidden black boxes that keep this industry running behind closed doors. To understand how a dedicated condom shop survives, we first have to look at the manufacturing cost. Inside massive factories in Southeast Asia, where 90% of the world's natural rubber is harvested, the raw cost of producing a single latex unit is practically zero. The liquid latex, the washing, the testing, the lubrication, and the foil packaging altogether cost around 3 to 5 cents per unit. Even when you add shipping, custom duties, and international logistics, a box of 3 premium condoms lands at a distributor's warehouse for less than 50 cents. But by the time it reaches the retail shelf, that same box is priced at $8 to $12. In the world of business, a retail markup of 50% is considered good, and a markup of 100% is considered amazing. But a markup of over 1,000% is almost illegal. Yet, this industry pulls it off every single day. But here is where the plot thickens. If you decide to open a physical store that sells only these products, you will immediately run into a massive psychological barrier, known as the embarrassment tax. In the real world, buying these products face-to-face is an incredibly awkward experience for the average consumer. Studies show that a staggering 65% of people feel highly self-conscious, rushed, or anxious when buying them in public. They hate making eye contact with the cashier. They hate standing in line holding the box, and they absolutely dread the thought of seeing someone they know. This psychological barrier is the exact reason why a standard, boring store cannot survive by just selling rubber. If your entire business model relies on people walking in, picking up a box, and walking out, you will go bankrupt within the first 30 days. So how do successful specialized shops actually make their millions? They do it by mastering the art of shrouded retail. First, they don't position themselves as a medical store. They brand themselves as a luxury boutique. They use bright, welcoming neon colors, clean, modern wooden shelves, and high-end lighting to make the store feel like an expensive cosmetic shop or an upscale boutique rather than a shady adult store. By removing the shady, dark alley aesthetic, they remove the shame associated with the purchase. They turn an embarrassing chore into a premium lifestyle shopping experience. But aesthetic alone doesn't pay the rent. The real financial engine of a specialized shop is the impulse matrix. When a customer enters a boutique store, they rarely buy just the basic product. The shop owners strategically place high-margin luxury items right at eye level. These include premium massage oils, luxury intimate hygiene products, custom-scented candles, and high-end bedroom accessories. While a standard box of rubber has a great margin, these accessory products have even higher margins, often topping 2,000%. A customer who came in to spend $10 ends up spending $85 on items they didn't even know existed 5 minutes ago. This brings us to the next secret of the business, the extreme regional monopoly. In the United States, 2 massive conglomerates control over 80% of the entire market share. When a brand has a virtual monopoly, they can dictate retail prices however they want. They spend millions of dollars on clever marketing campaigns to convince you that their rubber is safer, thinner, and more premium than the generic brands. In reality, every single product sold legally in the U.S. must pass the exact same rigorous electronic testing mandated by the FDA. A $2 generic brand offers the exact same physical safety as a $12 designer brand, but because of fear-based marketing, consumers willingly pay the premium. The shop owners exploit this fear by prominently displaying the most expensive brands right at the front, while tucking the affordable generic options away in the bottom drawers. But what about the customers who absolutely refuse to talk to a human cashier? How do shops capture that massive silent market? This is where the automatic vending machine loop comes into play. Successful shop owners do not just rely on foot traffic inside their main store. They purchase high-end, discrete automatic vending machines and lease small wall spaces in high-traffic, low-visibility locations. Think of nightclub restrooms, dive bars, university dorm hallways, and the dark corners of 24-hour gas stations. These machines require zero staff, cost virtually nothing to power, and operate 24 hours a day. More importantly, they offer absolute 100% anonymity. A customer can walk up, insert cash, or tap their card and get their product without ever looking another human in the eye. The profit margins on these vending machines are even higher because the owner does not have to pay for retail floor space or staff salaries. It is pure automated cash flow. Another massive pillar of this industry is the rise of the digital shadow market. Many physical boutique shops run highly profitable online storefronts on the side, shipping their products in completely unmarked, plain cardboard boxes with generic return addresses. The shipping label will never say the name of the shop. Instead, it will say something incredibly boring like Logistics Corp or Distribution Center. This allows them to capture the business of millions of customers who live in conservative suburban neighborhoods where they fear their mailman or family members might judge them. By combining physical high-margin retail with anonymous online shipping, a single micro-business can quietly pull in 6 figures a month from a tiny inconspicuous storefront. But running this business is not without its extreme risks. The first major hurdle is merchant processing. Because these shops fall under the high-risk category for banks and credit card processors, they are subjected to brutal transaction fees. While a normal coffee shop pays a standard 1.5% fee on card transactions, a specialized boutique might have to pay up to 5 or 6%. Alongside heavy reserve requirements, where the bank holds onto thousands of dollars of their revenue for months, just in case of chargebacks. Additionally, advertising is a literal nightmare. Major platforms like Google, Meta, and TikTok have incredibly strict policies regarding adult products. You cannot simply run a standard social media ad campaign to drive traffic to your store. To bypass these bans, successful owners have to rely on highly creative content marketing, organic viral loops, and word-of-mouth branding. Furthermore, the physical location of the store is a high-stakes chess game. If you open your shop too close to a school, a church, or a family-friendly residential area, you will face massive protests, public backlash, and potential legal zoning issues from the city council. But if you open it in a completely dead industrial part of town, you will get zero walk-in customers. The sweet spot is always a high-traffic, trendy nightlife district or an upscale arts block where the demographic is young, open-minded, and has high disposable income. These prime locations come with astronomical rent prices, meaning the shop owner must maintain incredibly high sales volume just to keep the lights on every month. When you look at the entire landscape, you realize that the economics of a condom shop are not actually about manufacturing rubber. It is a business of psychological engineering. It is about taking an item that costs pennies, wrapping it in high-end branding, placing it in an environment that removes social anxiety, and selling it at an insane premium to consumers who are too embarrassed to look for cheaper alternatives. It is a quiet, highly lucrative empire built entirely on human nature, privacy, and fear. So the next time you walk past one of those clean, neon-lit boutique shops on a busy city street, don't just laugh it off. Look past the glass window and realize that inside someone has built a brilliant recession-proof cash cow by selling one of the simplest and most profitable items on earth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden economics of everyday things, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments what weird business you want us to dissect next, and we will see you in the next video.